Hi guys, how you guys doing? So I have a good amount of words for you guys. So here's the thing. The Lord mentioned something to me, and I'm going to tell you why he mentioned it. So the other day I did a word and I spoke to you guys about many of God's children giving birth to something, as in like many of God's children are in the contraction stage, as in they're about to give birth any day now. Okay, anytime, any day now. But many of God's children are going through contractions. Some children are 2 centimeters dilated, some are 8 centimeters, some are 10 centimeters, which means they're going to give birth, right? And I told you that when I had this prophetic dream, the Lord showed me that although they were in pain and they were making up their face because they were in pain, they were in a comfortable environment. As in, like, the room they were in was very comfortable. It was designed and it was made for them to feel comforted while they were going through labor. Okay? And I also noticed that there was people in the room that was supporting these children of God. As in, like, these were really supportive people. But they did not look like they were like family and friends. They looked like they were just like sent from the Lord. Like they looked like they were like, you know, angels sent from the Lord. People like, you know, people who are like there to help, right? You know, when you see someone and they're so nice to you and they really help you, you're like, man, you're an angel. Thank you. Like, you're God sent, you know? Like, it was like one of those. The reason why I'm bringing this back up is because, not last night, but early this morning before I completely woke up, I heard the Lord mention midwife. He said midwife. And when he mentioned midwife, I instantly thought back to the word that I wrote down on my phone. I wrote in my phone when I had that prophetic dream, you will receive support. But I didn't put the video out. Okay? So when the Lord mentioned midwife, I knew that he was bringing me back to the word that I wrote down in my phone that I did not deliver. And I want to just mention this to you guys. When a person, you know, hires a midwife, this is because they want to give birth as natural as possible. And they also want someone who is not going to treat them like a number. Like when you go in a hospital, you're going to have different nurses, different doctors coming in, and they're just going to treat you like a number, like just another patient. There's not going to be any type of like empathy, any type of like real like support, so when a person hires a midwife, usually it's because they want to have that intimate connection with someone that really is nurturing, that really cares for them, that really wants to support them in that way. Many of you guys, you have not been supported authentically the way how you would have hoped to be supported. As in, like, you never really had people that truly cared about you the way how you cared about them. When it came to a lot of people, you gave them your heart. You know, not literally, I'm giving you my heart, but like you gave your all, like you supported them, you loved them, you know, you went hard for them, and you authentically cared about them. As in, like, you would give the shirt off your back to some of these people. And, you know, it has not been reciprocated. Like, people have treated you like dog poop. Let's keep it real. Like dog poop, or like the gum on their shoe. Right? They treated you really bad. And it's always like you're the one giving, you're the one loving, you're the one checking on people, and nobody checks on you, no one gives to you, no one loves you, right? And people just treat you like you're just there. There's no real like, I got your back, you know, I'm here to support you, I'm here. Like, let's keep it real. Like, whenever you start a business and you have dreams and goals, strangers will support your dreams and goals and will support your business more than the people that you know of, the people that you grew up with, family, your colleagues. Like, you will literally have more support from strangers than people that you know. Because people that you know, they look at you as competition. People that you know may compare themselves to you. Why? Because they know you on a personal level, right? And there's people out there who you don't even know, who you've never met, that when they see you, they may be like, wow, like, this person inspires me, I'm gonna support them. or they may see something and like it, and they'll support you. There's strangers out there who show you more love than your own family. I've received more love from my subscribers than my own blood. Literally, I've seen more love from my subscribers than my own blood, right? And I noticed that everyone that has ever helped me in my life, that has ever helped me or supported me in my life, is not anyone that I know of, like on a personal level. It has always been like some sort of like strangers. Even when it came to like resources and stuff, whenever I need some sort of help with resources, and I would go to resource centers, and I need help with housing or for my children, they would go so hard for me, more than my own blood went hard for me. You see what I'm saying? My own blood would literally hear about me struggling and they wouldn't care. The friends I had in the past would hear about me struggling, they wouldn't care. But when they were struggling, I opened my door to them. I gave them beds to sleep on. I gave them food to eat. But when I was struggling, nobody knew who Stephanie was. It was the people that I never knew that made sure that me and my children got roofs over our heads, that made sure we came out them shelters. Do you see what I'm saying? And it's the people that I didn't know that I would meet, because there was a time where I had a job where I was meeting new people every day, and a lot of these people would look me in my face and tell me that I'm worth more than what I'm doing, that I'm going to be something great in life. And they encouraged me. There's times where they would even uplift me and tell me how beautiful I am, and that I need to be confident, and that God is gonna give me breakthroughs. God loves me, and that I have to see confidence through God, and I have to see it within me. There was one time I met this gentleman one time, and we were having a conversation, and this is a stranger, and I don't know what made him ask me about my trauma, but he asked me about my trauma. And when I told him, man, like, I just got used, so-and-so a lot of money from me, I barely have money to pay my bills, and people are stealing from me. Like, I literally started venting to this stranger that I don't even know. You know what this man did? This man looked at me and said, do you see these eyes? And he pointed to my eyes. I'm like, yeah. He's like, let's go find a mirror. I said, okay. So we found a mirror. We walked around, found the mirror. He said, look in the mirror. He said, do you see your eyes? I said, yeah. He said, do you know God? I'm like, yeah, I know God. He said, he's right there. He's within you. He said, look at yourself. I look at myself in the mirror. He said, God is within you. Do you know the eyes are the window of the soul? I said, yeah. He said, look through your eyes. He said, God is within you. And then he said, put your faith and trust in God. I'll never forget that. A complete stranger motivated me and encouraged me, while the people that I had their backs abandoned me, right? So the point of me saying this to you guys is, the reason why God said midwife was because many of you guys, when people hire midwives, these are not people that they grew up with or people that they know. These are people who naturally, authentically have good hearts and want nothing but the best for their patients. They want to make sure, their goal is to make sure the mom that's delivering the baby feels as comfortable as possible, and everything goes smoothly, feels as loved as possible. They want to make the home birth experience as natural and comfortable, as memorable as possible. The reason why I'm saying this is because many of you guys, after I just put out the word today, God said disconnect, and he literally said leave them all behind. God is bringing midwives in your life, and these midwives are going to be the people that are going to help you enter through those doors of breakthroughs. These are going to be complete strangers that you've never met before, but you're going to know, because God is going to show you via vision or dream what they look like. These are going to be the very people that God has already spoken to about you. These are destiny helpers that God has already spoken to about you, and they're waiting for you. They're ready for you. And once you get to that door, they're going to know who you are and exactly what the purpose is with you, and they're going to make sure that you are treated with respect. They're going to make sure that they are obedient to the instructions that God has given them when it comes to supporting you. They're going to make sure of it. God is bringing y'all midwives. God is bringing y'all midwives. Even if you're a male, right? Even if you're a male, I'm just using the midwife as an analogy. There's support coming in for many of God's children. But can I tell you guys something? Like I tell you guys about the video game, the levels. There's people who have already gotten to certain levels in their life. They don't need to use you. They don't need to manipulate you. They don't need to take from you. They've already gotten to certain levels in their life. They're already at level 10, level 11, level 12. And you're here at level 5. And they're there waiting for you. They're waiting for you because God wants you to complete these levels, because there's wisdom and understanding and faith that's required, that needs to grow as you're completing these levels. There's people that don't need nothing from you. They don't need to take from you. They don't need to use you. What they want to do is support you. They want to love you, show you what love is supposed to be like. They want to be obedient to God and be that helping hand. Many of y'all have midwives waiting for you. There's support coming in from many of you guys. And this is why I put the word out before this, and the word was disconnect, because before this happens, God has to get it, in your heads that you have to leave who he has called you to leave behind, or whatever he has called you to leave behind. Okay? And you'll know, because he's given us all similar instructions, but specifically in different ways, right? So for some of you guys, he may tell you leave your friends behind who don't mean you well in your life. Leave the family behind who don't mean you well in your life. Like, leave that job that don't mean you well in your life. So everybody has like similar instructions, but in different cases, right? And the reason for this is because you cannot take certain things from level 1 to level 10. There's certain things you have to leave behind. The only thing you can take from these levels is wisdom and growth. That's it. Wisdom, growth, your testimony. That's it. Okay? I have another word. I love you guys. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.